mutual benefit isn't always pretty. It sounds like it would be, right? If your goal is to help others as the ultimate way to help yourself, which is the business model that I represent, then you would think, wouldn't you? It sounds on the surface like that's going to be wonderful, easy interactions with people all the time. Everything's going to be pretty. Everything's going to be warm, fuzzy feelings. Well, I want to tell you a story from my day yesterday that demonstrates how that's not always the case. Mutual benefit is best thought of as a compass. It is used to direct your activity to what is most beneficial for the most amount of people that you can impact in any given moment. One of the things that I do in my life to enable mutual benefit is I try to delegate as many tasks as I can. If a task doesn't require my creative energy, then I try to see if I can have someone else do it for me, and I pay them, right? Pretty standard stuff. One of the first things I did when I started earning more money was I hired a cleaner. I hired someone to come in and do the big cleaning tasks in my home so that I get that time back. A new cleaner arrived yesterday from the agency that I use, and I'm hesitant to even talk about this because it begins to sound mean or discriminatory, but it's not. These are the facts. This person didn't have a very good command of English. I'm keen to help out anyone who has moved away from their homeland and is trying to make a life for themselves in a new country. My wife came to the UK from India, and I've seen how difficult immigration has been for her, and by extension for me. You know, we've overcome a lot of challenges. However, what happened when this cleaner arrived at my house was she couldn't speak very good English, and that meant I wasn't even able to confirm with her that she'd received the list of duties from the agency that I needed her to do. So the communication was very unclear. And in the end, I decided, well, I'm just going to come back to my desk and get on with work. She knows how to clean a house at the very least, so I let her get on with it. And she did an okay job. Later on that day, the agency asked me for feedback. And they asked me to rate the service that I'd received out of 5. I sent back a 3. The cleaning was okay. Not all of the tasks on my list were done, and the tasks that were done were not done in the order of priority that I'd requested. In a previous life, I would not have given anything that looked like negative feedback. But what I see now is this is a utility in my life that I'm using to free up my time so that I can come out online and really help people at scale. So if I'm fucking around trying to help one cleaner, another cleaner, whoever it might be, whether they're English speaking or not, if there's a problem with that service, that's a problem in my business, because now I'm having to spend time elsewhere doing those tasks that weren't done, etc., etc. Of course, another way to look at this is simply, hey, you hired an agency and they didn't do the job that they told you they would do. So as much as I don't like to give negative feedback, what I've learned is that honest feedback is the best feedback, especially when our lives are aligned to this great mutual benefit. The absolute best tasks that I can be doing with my time are being here, talking to you, reaching out to more people online, teaching mindfulness, teaching business. This is how we're going to build our utopia. And so I gave my honest feedback, and that's what happened. Well, the cleaner somehow found out about the feedback that I'd given this is deeply unprofessional on the part of the agency. I don't know if maybe I was the only house that she'd visited, but somehow she got hold of my personal phone number and sent me a very angry text message, which was quite shocking to receive. So I decided I'd have a conversation with this woman, and I said, hey, this is nothing personal. This is not about you. I sent a list of duties to the agency, and those duties were not completed. This has a knock-on effect in my life. I'm just trying to have done what I need done. Well, this poor lady still wasn't happy, and so my heart goes out to her. It really is nothing personal. I'm just trying to get things done. And I give this story as a demonstration of how aligning with mutual benefit may mean upsetting someone. I recall as well, when I was transitioning out of my old business, I was working at a school here in the UK teaching people to play drums, teaching their students there. And I made a quick exit from that. It wasn't really employment. I was kind of working as a contractor, freelancer, whatever you want to call it. I made a quick exit, and I knew that that wasn't ideal for the school. Who it was ideal for was the mindfulness students that I was beginning to see more and more of. I had to make a value judgment. Where is the most benefit here? Is the most benefit in me postponing all of this important work that I'm doing online? Or is the benefit in me, how should we say? We could say like seeing through the commitment that I'd made to this school, but the truth was there was no actual commitment there. I'd not committed to do any kind of length of work with the school. It was a fairly casual arrangement. I just knew that they would have preferred for me to stick around a while longer, would have given them time to find another teacher, etc. But I'm looking at the need that's coming at me from all the different directions in my life at that time. The need from the students in that school was low. They had some desire somewhere, the students that I was seeing, to learn to play the drums. But if you've known any music teachers in your life, you'll know that the major issue for all music teachers is that the students won't practice. And that for all of the encouragement we can give, we only get to see these students once a week for half an hour. They come out of the classroom in school, they come and see us for half an hour, we talk about drums, we try to teach them something, and then they go away, and typically they forget all about it. Goodness me, did I try many, many strategies over the 20 or so years that I was teaching drums. And the truth is, where a student is interested in something, they're going to learn it. And where they're not, they won't. I know that part of my motivation for learning to play drums in school was to get out of the classroom. Now, it just so happened that I developed a great passion for music as well. Well, many students just have the desire to get out of the class and none of the desire to actually learn music. So that's on the one hand. On the other hand, I have mindfulness students who are dealing with depression, anxiety, suicidal ideation, the whole gamut of human experience, and they're really looking to mindfulness as the big solution in their lives. And it's very clear to me, hey, there's more benefit over here. So I'm going to have to upset someone, the head of music at that school, who would have rather I stuck around, in order to go and do more benefit over here. And so here's another story of how mutual benefit does not always look pretty in each individual interaction. The question is, what are we going to do about that? Are we going to try to live a life where we upset no one and leave the greater benefit on the table? Or are we going to go ahead and say, hey, I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm going to do what I have to do to benefit most people, whatever that looks like in that moment of my life. So I offer this to you, friend, as an encouragement to essentially say, be prepared to upset some people. Be prepared to piss some people off. It's highly likely to happen. I've yet to meet one individual who's helping people at scale who hasn't had to make some of these more difficult decisions on the personal level, on the individual level. We hear a lot, don't we, from successful entrepreneurs that they neglect friends and family, at least in seasons of their lives, that perhaps their significant other doesn't see as much of them as they would like. We hear a lot about sacrifice, not only from the entrepreneurs, but also from the wisdom teachers. Wisdom teachers talk about sacrifice. They say, hey, if we really want to get straight, if we really want to live a life of alignment with a deeper purpose, then we need to be prepared to make some sacrifices on the surface or individual level. We're not always going to get what we want. The people around us are not always going to get what they want. But the question is for us, friends, does that mean we're going to abandon ship? Fuck no. No. That would be the wrong move. If, like me, you take your compass to be mutual benefit, if that's your guiding principle, then you must, no matter how uncomfortable it is, you must always make your decisions in the direction of what benefits most people. So, let's meditate on this. Let's close our eyes. Let's take 3 long, slow, deep breaths. You can continue those long, slow, deep breaths as I speak. If you're enjoying that rhythm of breathing, feel free to continue. Or as usual, feel free to settle into a more normal rhythm of breathing. Mutual benefit. The vow to do good for the most number of people most of the time. That's the guiding principle that I decided to live my life by. And it's been powerful. It's enabled great change, positive change, in at least dozens of lives, though among the comments I've received on the various content I've put out, I've heard that asynchronously, the work that I put out has positive change, has that benefit for probably hundreds of thousands of people at this point. And look, I have no huge following at this point. My online journey is still in its infancy. This is a demonstration of the degree of impact that you can have if you either start or continue your own journey of outreach. Guided by mutual benefit. What is best for others, and therefore indirectly best for me? Because when you serve others, you serve yourself. How many wisdom teachers have told us? Serve, and then receive. The real riches come from service. this has always been true on the spiritual level, shall we say. But here in 2024, with the abundance of technology and wealth available to us in the developed world, this actually now does mean financial reward as well. And we do not need to keep forcing that out of the picture, as some wisdom teachings would have us believe. I came to realize that money is a simple store of value, nothing more. Evil people do evil things with money. Good people do good things with money. It's just a resource. And aligning your life with mutual benefit will bring you more money, but you won't even really be concerned about that. You'll have such a buzz from helping people in whatever ways you most care about. For me, it was mindfulness because it saved my mother's life. I saw that I had to share this stuff. If there's nothing that stands out to you, friend, as an obvious topic or teaching or discipline or service that you would share, we can find it. Maybe it's that you take up an entirely new skill, fueled by curiosity and passion. It doesn't take as long as you might think to turn that into a business, which is just the most efficient way of helping people at scale. But this guiding principle of mutual benefit will take you through all of it. There is no fuel that is more potent than the wish to do good, even if it looks ugly sometimes. Even if it looks ugly sometimes on that individual level. The rewards for both self and other on the large scale make those surface level or individual level difficulties easy to bear. So as you go about your day today, friend, I encourage you to begin to align to that ultimate guiding principle of mutual benefit. Consider in each moment, what is the best move that I could make right now for the benefit of the whole? I promise you, your life will change in amazing ways. And sometimes when this is spoken about, it sounds kind of mystical. Like the big karma machine in the sky is going to keep track of your good boy, bad boy points. But no, we can demonstrate very simply that this is true. People love to be served. Who doesn't love to be helped, to be aided? Who doesn't love to have someone come into their lives who can really solve their problems? That's all we're doing here, friends. And all that's changed recently, the reason I'm able to be here sharing this message with you, the reason I'm able to no longer work inside of a conventional job or business and just talk about what I most care about all day, every day, is because the technology has made our operations so lean that we can do it all ourselves now. We have the ability to reach far more people than ever before in human history. And it's easy. So all we're doing is coming out here online honestly, authentically, and the people that vibe with us show up. That's it. It's not about having everyone agree with you. It's not about keeping everyone happy. As I demonstrated with my 2 stories in today's video. It's about what is most beneficial for most people right now. And I assure you, if you align your life with this guiding principle, good shit will happen. Good shit will happen, friend. I'd love to hear from you, any stories you have about mutual benefit, things that you've done that benefit both others and yourself. This indeed will help others to align with this great guiding principle. We want as much evidence as we can get that mutual benefit is indeed the ultimate business model. Even if it looks ugly sometimes, even if it's difficult sometimes, this principle is powerful enough to guide us through. This is how we create our utopia, friend. Let's do it.